matter where you are, help and support is just a phone call away. Dial 1097 HIV/AIDS National Helpline toll-free number.
Shikinhun ki Samla rangba ke jylla klemi perthai da ka bakila aiksai bakalong artat kum ki bala penkre bakin sei yala ki jong ki kertong ki banyakun ye ki election MLA ke jylla ka balong hosnem arhajar arfulai ka kerteng jong ni ke kenhun ki Samla ke bala seng menta ke dei the new dawn ka ba yamenta ka kam ke jong ki kalong banyakren ne banwat ye ki jingtip ki babanja na ka Sorkar halo ke jinge ka baki khun Samla ke jylla ke shem bajakendo ha ke jingem ka ba manla ka sngi ke jong ki habai kran bar kilar pathai Khubor hinden kasi hapo kanong ba avnar paryat udap dak jing sngo kendet haba ukni ya ka draft youth policy jong ka Sorkar jylla ka blabu ha ka website jong ka Sorkar bakadon nang kumba sans pangut ki blai shimenta banya pasat lem ya kita ki jing ai jingmut ki jong ki barkani ka krencha ki dar baga jing tumu hi jong ka Sorkar nadu menta ka pulom namar lada shim kat kum ka khana samri ka jingdon ki khun Samla ha ka jylla kim duna shu ya ka khat wei lak ngut uba avno la ong ba ka jingseng ya ka ne ka khun ka longru kum ka wei ne ki ransan ka banpu hakmat ya ki jingkli ya ka Sorkar halo ki mat trekam ki prepare khamtam lelei bat ya ki mat ne kita ki policy ki bayadei nakam ta ka bha ka miat ki khun Samla ka jylla anda habakani ka kenhun kala jam bha shakmat kan sa chong perkhat bawat lesi ban sa pinmi pau ya ka seng sign perthai ban sei gertong ban pha ya khun ya ka election MLA house name arajar arpulai.
One of the main points of contention has been that the vast majority of the youth have no access to this actual consultation. 500 youth were given were said to have given their opinions, out of which that would constitute only about 0.045% of the total youth population of the state. That is not really fair nor democratic, and that shows that there's a glaring miscommunication between the policymakers and the people, especially the young people. Now, there is also no real financial commitment in any of the pages of the state youth policy as we have studied it. Recently, last few days, the government has declared that it will allocate 200 crores for youth development activities this year, but again, out of the 200 crores, 170 is only in infrastructural development, which is a one-time thing. There's hardly any sustainable training, sustainable activities that will benefit the youth, according to us. They need to reverse, actually. The funding patterns need to be reversed. Infrastructure needs to, yes, happen, but also at the same time, a large chunk of money must be allocated towards sustainable training programs and other such things across the spectrum. And the main one of the main issues that we've looked at in terms of business, for example, one of the key points here, the government has thought about this thrust area much more, but again, we really look at it. The main problem has always been that our people do not have access to capital. It doesn't matter if we are all given Entrepreneurs of the Month awards, but the truth is, to sustain a business, it requires a lot of funding, a lot of loans, a lot of proper funding patterns which need to be established on the part of the government. It's very easy to say, oh, we will give loans, but if you actually go and apply in banks and other credit institutions, you will find that it's very, very difficult, and that is the truth that many of us in the youth have encountered whenever we go and seek funding. With regards to education, one point that we want to raise is about the glaring rise in dropout rates. Dropout rates in the state are very, very high, but there is no commitment, according to the document, to look at how these dropout rates are, what are the reasons behind them, and how are we going to solve that issue. There's hardly any kind of real concrete steps here. A lot of the document is very vague, and it seems to us it's been copy-pasted from the national youth policy at the center. With regards to teaching, there's a lot of money, again, I will stress this again and again, there's a lot of money that has been promised to infrastructural development. We're seeing new buildings come out every day. A lot of new buildings, new school buildings. I'm sure many of you in the press are going to these openings. But school teachers still have no payment increase. Their salaries are not being paid for months and months and months, and they have to actually go and strike. Every day we see that there's a teacher strike. This is a very big problem. I think, as we've suggested from New Dawn, we need to create some sort of a corpus fund which is dedicated just to payment of these teachers' salaries. A lot of these businesses that the government is helping nowadays, they have no employee policy. There are hardly any employees. They are all casual, or they work from contract to contract, and they're not getting paid well enough. So we are giving money to a few people who pay their staff very badly. Many of them don't even cover their staff under EPFs and insurances and all that. So what is the point then of creating jobs if those jobs are really, really bad? So these are the types of things that the government really needs to take seriously, according to us, because it will lead to a better future, a brighter future, instead of a future where just a few people control everything.